everyone, I am Katarina for the Wow Embossing YouTube channel. Today I'm bringing you another lovely card using the Wow Embossing Changers Lightening Kit. Last week I showed you how we can create lovely ombre backgrounds using the kit. Today we are going to focus on different techniques. Your Changers kit would come in a lovely carry case with the 3 changers and some empty jars included as well, which I haven't got here. But you can purchase those separately too. So today I'm going to focus first of all on the Berryburst embossing powder, which is lovely purples and pinks, and there's a hint of gold too, which on camera you can pick up more on my black swatch, but there definitely is a hint of gold as it catches the light. I've already swatched it with the changers as well, so that first one is just the Berryburst in itself. On the second swatch, I used the Sheen changer with it. On the third one, I used the Glisten, which turned it into gorgeous embossing glitter. And then finally, last but not least, I used the texture, which created a lovely texture background using my embossing powder. I will be adding this to my swatch sheet, which I've shared last week, on which I already have the gold one swatched, which is another one that we will be using today to add some accents to the card. On all these swatches, I used 1 spoonful of embossing powder with 1 spoonful of the changers. For my card, I've die cut some arches. We are going to make an arch shape card today. With the larger one, I've die cut twice, and I'm creating a hinge by scoring down about 3/4 of an inch from the left side, adding glue to that hinge and gluing my card front to that. Then I have a panel which is just slightly smaller than that, and then I have the 2 arch frames, and then this panel which fits behind the arch frame just perfectly. And this is the one that I'm going to create my background on to start. I am adding lots of Wow embossing ink to this with the ink pad. It's lovely and juicy to make sure that I well saturated that entire panel. And then I am sprinkling the Berryburst just in patches, as you can see. And I also sprinkled some with my fingers just to add a little bit more of the dark berry to it. I say dark because in here I'm mixing up the Berryburst with some Sheen changer, and this one is going to be a much lighter color. So I don't only add a lovely pearly shine to this, but also I'm lightening the color. Again, I blotched it here and there and everywhere, and then I added some more of the Sheen powder into the mix, and I'm covering the entire surface. Now in this one, this is going to be the lightest shade of the 3 that I used in here today. Once heat set, you will be able to see properly all the difference between the 3 shades of the embossing powder, which we created just using 1 color by adding less or more amount of the changer powder into this. So the changers are absolutely fantastic way of stretching your supplies, changing up your embossing powder, or creating different shades of that same color. And then to take this a step further, I'm going to double emboss my panel by using a 3D interlocking frames embossing folder by Creative Expressions, and I sent it through my die cutting machine. And just look at that gorgeous background we just created. So we have this panel just cut a tiny bit smaller than the card front itself, and I'm going to add polished gold as is without the changers, just all around the edges. We will only be able to see a smidge of this, so I just want to add a bit of a gold color. So I'm adding my ink all around the edges and sprinkling the polished gold super fine embossing powder all around. And this here is a perfect example how if your fingers are ink, you can indeed leave marks on your panel. Now I'm not worried in here because it will be all covered up, but this is the perfect example of how if you're using hand creams or you have inky fingers, you can indeed get powder where you don't want it to. But look, that's all I will be able to see from my panel. I covered the back of this entire panel in double-sided adhesive because of the warping that the heat embossing had created, and I will be sticking this straight onto my card front. And then I have a piece of double-sided sticky sheet cut to size to fit behind my double embossed panel as well. I will be reinforcing this one with liquid glue as well, just because there's so much texture and so much raised and the debussed areas going on. I wanted this to perfectly stick to my card front too. Then I have the 2 frames One of them is a wider one and one of them is a thinner one to sit in the middle of the wider one, and this here is the thin frame. This will all make sense in a minute when we are gluing them together. So I'm mixing a bit of the polished gold with equal amount of the Glisten, creating a lovely gold embossing glitter. So I am dabbing the frame into the embossing ink pad, covering it in that gold embossing glitter, which we just created, and heat setting it. I like to heat set the corner and then wait until it cools, pinch it with my tweezers, and then go from behind for the rest. So I can keep as much of the glittery bits on it without blowing them away, which would happen if I was heat setting this from the top. Now in here it just looked a little bit too plain for me. Once I place it on top of the wider frame in there, I decided to emboss it with the same embossing folder as I used on the background, and this will make a whole lot of a difference. What however happens is it dulls down that shine from the gold embossing powder. So I like to come back with my heat tool just to remelt it just a tiny bit, and that will bring all that lovely shine back into my frame. And then I glue these two frames on top of each other. And you can also see how much lighter the gold embossing powder mixed with the changer is than the gold embossing powder just sitting as is on the card front. I raised my frame on foam pads and added it onto the card front. And now it is down to creating some decorations for our card. I picked the Vivid Blooms die set by Spellbinders from my stash, and I've die cut these multiple times, or some of them anyway, from white card. I'll not be using all of these today. I will keep them in a plastic pouch together with the die set for future use. To start with the foliage, I picked out a few that I knew I wanted to add to my card, and I'm going to use the Castleton green embossing powder for my foliage, which is such a gorgeous color, and this is from the Heritage Quad by Seth Apta. And in here you can see I picked out these two first, dabbing them into the embossing ink pad, which I'm doing off to the side in here that you can't see. It's a lovely juicy ink pad. I'm covering it in ink, and then I'm adding some of this Castleton as is, just scattering very sparingly, making sure I leave lots of white space on them as well, because once I've done that, I mix some of the Castleton green powder with the texture changer. And this is what I'm going to sprinkle all over then. This will create such a gorgeous interest to my foliage. You'll see how beautiful these will turn out once I heat set them. So I'm coming back and I'm going to add, I think, extra layer in there because I missed some areas. I didn't want anything to stay white or stark white at all. And once heat set, these, the camera doesn't show, but they have such a lovely texture to them. And you'll see in comparison with this other foliage that I'm using, just with the Castleton as is, I'm not adding any changer to this bit, you'll see the difference. And the reason I've done this because there's so much texture, visual and real texture as well going on the card, that I wanted some of the things just to be plain. But here is the difference between the two different foliage using the same embossing powder. How cool is this? I really love that. So I'm finishing off a couple more leaves and a stamen with the Castleton embossing powder in here. And then just roughly arranging it on my card, deciding which flowers I wanted to use. And I'm going to bring in a larger flower head, which is a lovely layering flower from the set, onto the top. And then I'm going to add some small ones onto the bottom. You'll see in a minute. So I am dabbing the first layer of the flower, which is the solid piece, into the ink pad. And I added the polished gold as is onto that. Then I'm mixing a bit of the polished gold with the Sheen changer. And this is what I'm going to cover this layering piece on top. And once I heat set these and layer on top of each other, you'll see that gorgeous contrast that this has created now. And this is such a lovely and elegant flower, just like that. I used these flowers in colorful versions before, but I am in love with this gold version. So, so pretty. So I'm just using liquid glue to layer these on top of each other. And for the stamen bit, I'm just keeping it white. It will create another lovely contrast, which goes so well with my card. I did think of heat embossing that too, but then just decided to leave it white. And then I picked out some of the smaller flowers to go onto the foliage, which I will be placing on the bottom of the card. And I think I have 5 pieces in here which I heat embossed in just a polished gold, and I am adding them onto those little dots that is on the foliage. I am adding little foam squares behind this, but just onto the areas which will be in the sunken bit of my card, so the bits that won't touch the frame, if that makes any sense, just to make up for that height difference. And to add the little stamen again to these flowers, I just left them white. And I'm going to stick everything on then, and I'm going to reinforce the foam pads also with hot glue. I'm using hot glue because I want this to stick properly nice and quick. My liquid glue, which is the Burley Arts glue, would work absolutely fine, but it just would take a little longer to stick, and for the sake of this video I just wanted to do it faster, so I turned my hot glue on. And I'm just adding some of the foliage and the larger flower onto the top of the card, and then the rest onto the bottom in there. And it's coming together so pretty. I'm adding that extra leaf or two that I have heat embossed earlier on, just to fill out some of those spaces. For my sentiment, I picked out a stamp and die set from my stash by Chloe's Creative Cards, the amazing, beautiful and lovely set. And I decided to stamp "You Are" from the stamp set, that one in there, in the Berryburst embossing powder, and then I cut it to that small strip. And then I've die cut the word "lovely" 3 times. I layered them on top of each other, and then I also layered 2 of the shadow die cuts together. I just like to have my sentiments nice and dimensional, but obviously that's optional. The word "lovely" I am dabbing into the ink pad and covering it in the Berryburst embossing powder. I'm heat setting this, and then I will glue this on top of the shadow die cut. Now to do this, I'm just adding my Berley Arts, which is a dry clear glue, on the back, and I'm dabbing the excess off on a piece of acetate. That will ensure that I have no oozage on that background die cut in there. Then I'm adding foam pads behind both of these pieces, just to add an extra bit of a dimension to my card. And I am reinforcing again this with hot glue as well, and just adding it in the middle of my card. To finish the card, I brought in some sequins by Spellbinders. These are the Aura Opalescent sequins, which are gorgeous. They catch the eye beautifully, but they are not overwhelming. I think they just go so well with my card. And this is the card finished. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and you took away something from it. Do let me know in the comment section below if you're going to try, or if you have already tried the Changers. I really am in love with them. And the design team will be coming in with more inspiration throughout March, so make sure that you follow the Wow Embossing YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to get notified when we upload our new videos. And if you decide to shop either on the UK or the US website, use my code WowDT for 10% of your purchase. This is an affiliated code which would get me a little bit of a kickback, but at no extra cost to you. All the supplies I used today will be linked in the description box below and also on our blog post. If you like what you see, why not check out some more videos either on the Wow Embossing YouTube channel or on my own channel, which is Create with Katarina. Both of them you can access by just clicking on either of these icons. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back very soon. Until then, bye!